Yo, it's your boy Mr. Box Office from Mr. Box Office TV, back with another video. Crystal Palace 1, Tottenham 0. And even though I gave Postecoglou credit at the beginning about his changes, also today putting Mikey Moore in the starting lineup instead of Werner. Today, just showing you, it was also a bad day for Tottenham, you have to admit it, but it was a terrible performance. Absolutely terrible performance. And it's one of those reasons why I said, and I keep on saying it, why I said I'd rather have Højbjerg back in my midfield, the Argentinian Tom Carroll, Lo Celso back in my midfield. Because when I look at that midfield today, it got absolutely ruined by Crystal Palace's midfield. They played better than us. Wharton was my man of the match, 110%. He's shown exactly what sort of midfielder we are missing. Because it's not Bentancur. Like I said, no composure. A guy that is young in the team for Crystal Palace looks better than our midfield that have got seasoned professionals in our midfield. Kulusevski, terrible. Johnson, non-existent. Solanke, exactly why we needed the arrogance and swag sort of striker. Terrible. Absolutely awful. And then just continuing with the theme of what we were doing. Yes, we had a few chances when we were on the break, but we were just absolutely awful in that first half. Yes, he made subs afterwards later on, and he played 4-4-2 with Charlison, Werner coming on, and Sarr coming on as well for Maddison, Kulusevski, and Mikey Moore, but it still looked abject, and that was it. The players were just not good enough, and Crystal Palace should score more goals. Yes, Tottenham did have a chance when Mikey Moore was on the left. He put the ball into Udogie, and he just put the ball through and it hit the post, and that was it for Maddison. But it just was so abject, and this is what the problem was. I said in the first go. People will say to me, "Oh, you're having a go at Mikey Moore, even though you wanted him in the team." But we put ourselves in that position to put him in the team because we had Timo Werner, who was absolutely bang average, and he was not that great today. Yes, he made a few good crosses, but again, missing that little thing. And the thing I had an issue with Mikey Moore, he's shown some great quality to getting past players, but today he was doing the same thing that other players were doing, the same way that we play attacking-wise. He goes into that fast space, and then then Udogie's going down into the box, and he's passing it rather than he's actually trying to get past the player, trying to dribble past the player. So the thing that brought him into the team is what he's actually doing. And that's what the frustration for me is. Why is it that he's doing that rather than doing what he was doing against Alkmaar? And that's it. And then he got brought off, and I felt like, well, what are you doing? And this is where I had my doubts on Postecoglou. Yes, he makes great decisions, bold decisions, in putting Mikey Moore in the team. But his decisions to keep the likes of Archie Gray and Bergvall, when he doesn't even use them, is on him. The fact that he's got players like Richarlison, Werner and Johnson who are not great, and that's it. And the midfield, when Palace's midfield is outdoing us, you've got to look at the manager. And even the defenders today, Van der Ven, a mess. An absolute mess. Just lack of control, lack of composure, lack of leadership. I'll give Maddison his due. He did try to defend sometimes. Yes, he did. But a very bad day for Tottenham on the office today. But showing why we had the concerns in the first place, and that's it. And why I say to people, when people have a go at us saying, well, all the people are Ange out. Well, you're looking very silly right now, aren't you? You're looking very, very silly right now. Because that's why we've got our doubts on him. Yes, he tried to adapt, but the fact is he doesn't look like he's good enough in being consistent, and that's it. And the players are on him. He made the decision to have the squad that he had when he knew it's not good enough. Now it's an interesting decision what he's going to do against Man City in the Carabao Cup. Because Man City are watching this and thinking, well, let's try that. We're not out to stop Tottenham because they do the same sort of patterns every single time when it comes into the final third, and that's it. And we've got no other ideas, and that's it. And with the players that we've got in the attack, it's just a lack of quality, and that's it for us, and that's it. And that's why Palace should have scored more goals. And Wharton was brilliant. When Hughes came on, Lerma absolutely bantered our midfield to pieces. Just absolutely bantered our midfield to pieces. Mitchell causing problems down the full back end. There was another Mendoza who was very good. The cross was fantastic defending. Brilliant defender. Brilliant defending from him. And the goalkeeper, Henderson, kept them in the game as well. Really good. And really, they should have scored more goals, Crystal Palace. I was really impressed. But the one midfielder, I have to say, that really impressed me was Wharton. Brilliant. And the one midfielder that we haven't got, because Basuma's definitely not that guy, and certainly not Bentancur, I'll tell you that for a fact, and that's it. And Kulusevski, well, we went over the top about him, didn't we? But I told you about that, didn't I? I told you about him, didn't I? When he's not good, he ain't good. And that's it. And it's just inconsistent. And that's it. And that's what you get when you have a squad that is not great. And youngsters that are still doing their apprenticeships in Archie Gray and Burval. And that's it. It's just a quick review from Mr. Box Office. Because Mr. Box Office has got other things to do in his time, and that's it. Watching that rubbish hasn't spoiled my day, I'll tell you that for a fact. Because you'll see why in the next couple of weeks what I'm doing, and that's it, rather than watching Tottenham, which are always on the beach sometimes when it really counts, when I'm going to be on the beach soon, and that's it. Like, subscribe and comment. Like always, I'm going to say every single time. Not like always with Tottenham Hotspur letting you down, and that's it. If you didn't know, get to know, support your boy, Mr. Box Office, subscribe and like, and come on, you Spurs. And I'm out.